Hello, everybody. Hey, Klein here from HK Digital Reviews, and I'm here today for the review of the newest Freddie Gibbs and Madlib project, Bandana. Thankfully, it's finally here. It's been long awaited by me for really one main reason, and that really is not so much Freddie Gibbs, but Madlib. Now, the reason why that I've been waiting for this project so much because of Madlib is because Madlib is known for being on some of the most well appreciated rap albums, basically of all time. To be honest with you, like to start off with, the last Freddie Gibbs and Madlib project, Pinata, was a very well received album. Probably one of the best received rap albums of this decade. Probably one of the best. And after listening to it, I have to say it probably is one of the best rap albums of the decade. It's a phenomenal album. It's Freddie Gibbs doing his best with his gangster rap, rapping about cocaine, the street life and stuff like that, some social issues, and he nails everything. Over Madlib's production, which is pretty fantastic with the mixture of boom bap and jazz rap and some abstract hip hop as well as just put in there and dazzled throughout. Just makes for such an incredible listening experience. But this isn't the biggest thing that Madlib has done, because Madlib also was the producer on the Mad Villain project, Mad Villainy, where he and MF Doom came together and created what, if you look anywhere, I should say, that album is usually one of the highest, if not the highest rated rap album of all time. It's usually on a lot of top 10 lists for best albums of all time, period. And this was released, I think, in the early 2000s, if I'm not mistaken. So Madlib has got some great credentials underneath him. He knows what he's doing, and his previous project with Freddie Gibbs. Wow, meh. Let me try that again. His previous project with Freddie Gibbs, Pinata, was also another fantastic record, one that's praised by many for being one of the best, at least of this decade. I'm just repeating myself a little bit, but I want to get through to you that this is a pretty important project because it's these two guys again coming together to create another project, one that could possibly be a classic. So, is it as good as their previous project? Is this as good as Madlib's other projects in the past? No. But just because it's not as good doesn't mean this album's not great, because it still is a pretty damn great album from start to finish. One thing that's pretty consistent throughout is the beats by Madlib, which I expected that they were going to be. I knew they were going to be great, and sure enough, he does not fail here. And what I like about this too is that on the track Half Main, Half Cocaine, which not surprising track name for Freddie Gibbs being on a project, but on this track, you see him taking his old style that he's done very well throughout his entire career, and he's starting to kind of modernize it a bit. He actually has trap production in this. The rattling hi hats are there, and the snappy snares there too. But he mixes it well with the little bit of the jazz slash soul slash, I don't know if I'd say abstract necessarily in this track, but he mixes it so well, and it just shows that he can definitely keep with the times. He's not trying to stay in the older times like, you know, some artists may try to do, but he's actually progressing a little bit, and it's really working really well and sounding just as good as his other beats that he's doing. And actually, on the second half of this track, he actually does bring the abstract hip hop out. Not so much to his, like, Earl Sweatshirt levels or Mad Villainy levels or anything like that. He just brings it to the point of catchiness, but yet things are definitely different from the norm, which I do like a lot. They did in this track. And then we have other songs in here that have very smooth, very chill type of beats, like the next track on this album, Crime Pays, where again the jazz really kind of comes through. There's a nice soul type quality into it. He puts a lot of soul type of now singing and music into his beats and production as well on this album, and it really does fit well with Freddie Gibbs' deeper voice. I do like it a lot, and it just really just makes a great combination overall for everything. Uh, let's see, and again, Cataracts, another track that really brings the soul into the track and makes it just sound fantastic. And Cataracts is pretty much the most lively song on this project. There's a lot going on. And I would even go to the point of saying it's actually kind of happy. Like Freddie Gibbs seems to be happy. He's talking about, he's having a great time smoking weed because he has cataracts. That's the reason why he's doing that, amongst other things. It's actually kind of a fun song. It's a very lively song, one that I guess I wasn't going to expect going into this project from hearing what I heard before. But it's a pretty nice track. It's just like it's interesting how everybody just sounds so happy when it comes to this album. I don't even understand, but it works. It works pretty well. Massage Beats is an interesting track to say the least because the beat, everything is just so low end. The bass is definitely on the low end. The drums are on the low end. It kind of almost gets hard to hear what's going on at points, but at the same time, just you can hear enough to know what the beat is going. And you can tell, that Freddie Gibbs is in fact rapping on the beat really well, and it's just a fantastic beat. Honestly, I kind of do wish that it was a little louder so you could kind of hear the beat more because it really does sound good. But it is what it is. It's still a great track. I enjoyed it a lot. Flat Tummy Tea, another fantastic track on this thing. Absolutely adored it. Can't really say much about it except it has probably some of the most wild production on here. Probably one of the louder songs on here as well. Probably one of the loudest beats, which makes sense because this was the lead-off single to this project, so they want to come off with probably the most exciting, intense song they have. And this definitely, I think, fits the T for that. So, and the second verse of this track, it does get calmer, so it doesn't always stay as wild, and it actually still sounds really good. Just another great track on this thing. Once again, here we got Situations, another great track. Production and beat is flawless. Freddie's voice on this track is actually exceptional. And everything on this just sounds much gloomier than before, and it all just fits really well. It's like a nice puzzle that fits perfectly in place, one point or another. There's a track here with Anderson .Paak called Giannis, which is a fantastic track, by the way. This track reminds me the most of like a beat you hear off the Pinata record, like especially the title track of that record, Pinata. This actually kind of reminds me the most of with the piano like synths that are going on throughout the track. And Anderson .Paak actually kind of takes up a bulk of this song. Freddie Gibbs is on for two verses, but Anderson .Paak takes care of the choruses, the bridge, and he even has a verse on this track as well. So it's kind of almost like an Anderson .Paak song featuring Freddie Gibbs, but this actually works very well. I actually enjoy hearing Anderson .Paak's voice on this beat. He sounds fantastic. Anderson .Paak is just a great artist overall, so I guess I'm not too surprised that he delivered really well here. Goddamn is an interesting song. Freddie Gibbs is actually singing on it, and he actually sounds delightful. I'm not gonna lie, he really does sound delightful on this. I didn't expect that. Nothing more else to say. The beat's not bad. That's about all I can say about that track, to be honest with you. And Education, man, what a track this song is, honestly. Like, it's just amazing what all of the rappers on here do. Because we also have Yasin Bey that's on here, and the rapper Black Thoughts is also on this track. And they both absolutely kill their verses. And this song essentially is about the social, political problems that young African Americans have in the United States, which, is kind of true. I mean, there is definitely things that we could do better as a nation. And they present it very well. They don't present it too overly angrily. They just present it in a way that just kind of says, hey, this is still kind of going on. And it kind of talks about street life a little bit, with like education, just learning how to be on the streets and stuff like that. It's a very great song. The beat on it is fantastic. I absolutely love it. And I guess I don't have much more to say when it comes to that department, to be honest with you, but it is a fantastic track. I do like that. I do like it a lot. Now, we have some problems, though, with this album. It wasn't all, bread and butter. There's a couple maggots that got in there, too, that you can't really do anything about. The bread had a little mold on it in some places. You can't really do much about. And it comes down to Freddie Gibbs's lyricism. And it's not necessarily that his lyrics are bad. When he's rapping about cocaine, drugs, and some social political issues, he's actually doing a fantastic job. He though has a blatant disregard of facts on tracks, and I just can't overlook it. I try overlooking it, and I can't. Like on the track, Palmolive, which has Pusha T and Killer Mike. Pusha T, who I like a lot, but he talks about being an anti-vaxxer and that vaccines have poisoned him and stuff like that. I don't care what the point of that was. It wasn't a joking way or anything. It's just a blatant disregard of facts, of scientific fact, and I personally just can't stand that. When I hear stuff that just goes against what facts say, I automatically just kind of like lose my mind because, for one, vaccines don't cause autism, okay? But two, it just starts making people think, oh, well, if this rapper says or if this person says that and I look up to him, maybe I should follow in their footsteps and maybe not think for myself or anything like that. And blah 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 blah. And it's just asinine. It truly is asinine, and it ruined the song for me. Pusha T comes on here, sounding as fly as ever, and I don't even give a damn now because the song is just essentially ruined. And listen to it over and over and over again. I'm just like, I can't get past that. I'm just like, oh, this ruins the entire song. This one fucking line. Why does it have to be in here? And it just doesn't make sense. If in, I don't get it, Freddie Gibbs. You seem like you were smarter than that, but then I guess you're not. Because then we get to the final track on this album called Soul Right. And the song is not bad. Until he starts to talk, and he talks, and the song's about police brutality, which is a problem that's definitely big in the media right now, still. And he presents this first side of the argument with some facts of past shootings that really were left unexplained. And talking about how he's happy this one cop ended up actually getting jailed for what she did for killing the black man in the car unarmed. I thought, okay, this was handled well. He gave an example, which is something that you don't hear too much. He actually gave more of a descriptive example than just people naming off names and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, I like what he's doing. He's definitely doing this in the right way. It sounds great. Freddie sounds great. He's doing great. Then he starts talking about the guy that killed I think it was 9 police officers with a sniper rifle, and how he didn't believe it happened because they blew him up with C4, so it was probably fake news. And again, that's just blatantly ignorant. It's one thing to bring out a fact of what happened with the unarmed black man being killed by the officer, which did happen. I can't remember. Oh, I can't remember the name exactly off the top of my head who it was, but to go around and say that 9 cops being killed was probably just fake news since they used C4 to blow the guy up. That's just ignorant. That is completely just disregard to what happened. Saying that's fake news, that is ridiculous, and it just makes you wonder what goes through some people's minds when they say things like this. And let's not even take the race thing into question here. You have a person that's killing 9 people. You know, do you think they deserve anything less than being blown up by C4? Honestly, at that point, let's be honest here. And I don't know. It is worse since you are actually killing cops in situations to go out and say that it's fake news because they took the guy out in such a way. That again is just pure asinine. It ruins the entire song. You're just thinking to yourself, God damn, that line is just all sorts of wrong. Just all sorts of uh, not good. And I don't know if this is him just trying to be edgy or something. I wouldn't imagine Freddie Gibbs trying to be an edgy person whatsoever on a rap track, or trying to be controversial. But I don't know. This just seems ridiculous in a way. And I'm not trying to get political here. I never really try to. It's just like, oh, why do you gotta do that? Why did you have to say that? Why would you have to ever say that? Just give more examples of black on the wow, I can't even speak now. On the police brutality examples that you're talking about. Because like I said, before that, he gives prime examples or a prime example that's a little more specific. And then talking shit about the cop who did it. I'm like, all right, that's fair. Do that because that makes sense. Because that should probably not have happened. But when you got to that other point, I'm like, this is just stupid. This is just kind of ridiculous. But Anyways, it's not like his lyrics are bad again too. And sometimes I do agree what he says politically. Like there's one track in here where situations actually where he says basically says fuck Jeff Sessions because he wants to smoke weed and stuff. And honestly, yeah, fuck Jeff Sessions. He's kind of a prick. But anyways, besides that, you know, I do like this album a lot. There are some blips in it, and there are times where I feel like the songs, production wise, can be slightly weak, like freestyle shit. Didn't really care for it. The beat was there, but didn't do anything special to be kind of over the top. Fake Names again is another track that I was just listening to, like, yes, good, and the beat's pretty decent too. But when you compare it to a bunch of the other beats on here, it's definitely stands out as being weaker, not as exciting, not as invigorating, nothing like that at all. It's just kind of like, uh, yeah, it's good. I like this song. Then you hear the next track like Flat Tummy Tea or Situations or Massage Beats or Half Man Half Cocaine. You're like, oh yeah, that last track was not as good at all, production beat wise, as this next one. And then again, Freddie Gibbs just a blatant disrespect to facts and some of his lyrics just make me just cringe, honestly. When I heard the anti-vax line, I cringed extremely hard. I was just like, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, when did the IQ points drop below 100? What happened here? What did he do wrong? What did he was it too much cocaine? All right, was that what happened here? But anyways, besides that, this album is still fantastic. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed listening to this album immensely. I do love most of everything that's done here. Freddie Gibbs' flow on every song is immaculate. He doesn't ever fuck up. He doesn't really ever do anything that makes me think that he's losing his sense of rapping. He's definitely still got it. Madlib still can produce like a son of a bitch. They got it down. And I do hope that they come back with another project. I'd hope it wouldn't take 5 years for him to come back with another project like Pinata did, and to this one. But if that's what has to happen, then I guess we'll just have to let it happen. So, anyways, Freddie Gibbs and Madlib Bandana is going to be an 8.5 out of 10. Absolutely fantastic. Loved it. Can't wait to hear more from him. And that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. Did you love this album? Did you not love it? What did you think of the lyrics? Do you think Freddie Gibbs might have gone too far the way he said? Do you think that the politics and some of the stuff like anti-vaccination he says is credible? If you think it's credible, then I think there's a problem with you because vaccines don't cause autisms. That's not even an opinion. That's just a straight up fact. So don't even get at me with that. But do you think that his lyrics maybe aren't pushing the line, such as the one about the guy that killed 9 cops? Is that not that controversial to you? Maybe. And basically, what else do you want to see me review from this year? For my next review, I don't really have anything lined up yet. I do have the next episode of the quick reviews, which will be coming out hopefully Sunday, maybe Monday. I'm gonna be listening to some more music to figure out what's gonna be on there. I think there's gonna be more albums than before. I think less EPs and less singles, but I think we'll still have a nice variety of all sorts of that type. So that's all I gotta say. So thank you so much for watching, and well, did I forget anything? Oh yeah, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, please. It means a lot if you do that. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and everybody, please have a nice day.